Hello everybody, welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to use the new WordPress 5, which is use the Gutenberg editor. So let's go in the dashboard, let's go to pages. I'll give you the generic basic things that you need to know how to use, because maybe you were familiar more with the WordPress 4 up to 4.9, and now when you start creating a new page you get a total different new layout. So first of all, as you can see, let's try to do the home page. The interface is very clean and very minimalistic. So let's add some text. Let's just create our page. You put the title, you put the copy, and it will just publish. But first of all, let's make this window a little larger, because I don't like it so narrow here. So you need to install a plugin that I always use for all my website. It's called Cadence. Install. They give you also some extra blocks that I will explain you. But the important part is this one. They give you the by default is set to small, no? The area it's small because that's the default by WordPress. But I want to change this one to at least to large or full width. There is also this one, they remove the margin in the editor, but I usually don't put it because it's still in a beta mode. That's the only thing I want to do, is put that large. So now when I go back to my page and I refresh, now I have a much wider view. So now the main difference from old WordPress, it's everything is a block. So we have this paragraph, it's a block. If you click enter, if you push enter, you get another block for another text. If you push enter, another text. So now everything is a block. It can be good because you can move stuff around. Let's say this is number 2. See, you can just click that and move up. You can arrange. You can drag. The dragging sometimes is a little buggy. Yeah? I can tell you it's slow, but you can actually drag stuff around. You have also now the option to create columns, very easy. So the first thing that to me sometimes is not very user friendly is to find this plus button. Let's say you want to create a new block, you need to create this plus button. Sometimes, however, this plus button doesn't show. For example, I'm here, it doesn't show. So there are different ways to do it. One is to go inside the last block, click here and say insert a block after, so it will create a new block. Now you have a plus button here, because basically it didn't create a block, it created like a container, and now we're gonna create a block. A block can be a text, image, heading, quote, list. In this case, like I said, like I mentioned, I want to create columns, so I will just type columns, and there are different ways to do columns. One is the default by WordPress, and is this columns here. So you press and you will create 2 columns, one here, one there. If you need to modify the columns or make more columns, you need to go on the right and try to select the full container. This sometimes is buggy, sometimes you cannot actually take it, select, sometimes it's hard to take it. There is also a trick. If you go on this block navigator, you can actually select easier the columns. Okay, now it's selected. From here you have the option to add more columns, up to 12 I think, no, up to 6. So it's very easy. One problem is the column must be equal. So it's good to create 2 columns, but they are equal. So usually on website you have the left is big and here is the sidebar is small. So if you want to do that using the main WordPress column, you can't. But since we installed the Cadence plugin, now we have that option. So let's do another test. So here we have our column. We need to create a new block. Again, if you want to create a new container and block, you need to find the plus button, or in this case we already have it. No, actually in this case we have the container, but it's a paragraph, so we don't want that. We want to remove that. So now you need to find, you see now I have trouble to find the plus. Sometimes if you go here, it appears, and also it's on the top. So if you really cannot find it, at the top there is always the add block container. So we click there, and then we want to find row. It's blue because that is from the plugin. The row layout is much cooler because it lets you to select even not equal columns, like this one, particularly like this one. They are often used. So here we're gonna have our text. Here we are gonna have some bulletin list. So but how can I create the bulletin list? Bulletin list is a block. So there are two ways. In my case, since I already type it, I can select all and then click here to say list. So it will create a list, because bulletin list is a block. Then let's say I want at the top above this a header 3 maybe. So we need to find a way to create a new block over on top. Click in here or go inside, click here and go insert before. Okay, now we're gonna say header h3. This is a paragraph, so if you need to convert that to a header. There are two headers. The blue one is the special from the plugin. There are more features, or the main one. I usually use the regular one. So you click there. By default, it put as a H2. So you need to switch H3 in this case. Same here. If I want to put an H1 on top, or actually this one, this was like that. Let's try to do like a layout, no? So we have our 3 paragraph. This part here we don't want. So to remove a full container block, we need to find a little there, select it, click, remove. Okay, done. So now we want to add H1 at the top. So from here we click insert before, and we type header H1. But now it's a paragraph, so we can convert to a, let's try the advanced heading. It's not required, but it gives you more options. So you click the advanced heading, and by default it put as an H2, so you can convert and put H1. You have option over there too. The advanced heading, you have control on the font, the line, the space, the family, the font. So give you a lot of option. You see, the old Google font, they give you the option. Instead, if you go in this one that was made by the regular heading by WordPress, it give you the alignment, it give you that, and that's it. Okay, so another important thing to know how to do it, which is confusing because WordPress 5 I think is still in a sort of beta mode, is to insert images. So to insert an image, you need to create a block for image. So used to be in WordPress, let's say you want a picture on the right here, you're gonna press point this section, you're gonna press the cursor here, click add media. No, it's not anymore like that. You need to create a block. So find the plus. In this case, you see I cannot find the plus. Okay, now add the block, search for image, and it gives you all that, but don't worry, it's not going to be large. So we'll take a photo and we'll drag it. You can click upload. Okay, now you can resize. There are some options here if you want 25%, if you want the alt tag. Okay. Now the trick is to place underline. So it's gonna work like that. You can press a caption. Okay. Now let's say you want to move the picture down. Right now you can't. Basically, you cannot drag the photo down. You need to remove from the alignment, and now you have your block is selectable. So now you can move it down, let's say here, okay, and then you need to click again to align to the left or right. So even for photo, sometimes it's buggy. I don't like it. Now let's also show you that needs to be working with the theme, but there is a cool option to have a full width section. And let's say, for example, at the top, okay, we'll create a new block and we can make a cover photo, and we'll place a new photo here. There is the option to click here, full width, so it will create a photo at the top, wide, from left to right. It's very nice. And then you can type your welcoming message. Welcome. Okay. So you see, we can basically create a layout just with WordPress and our little plugin without using shortcode. Before, to create columns, you had to use a bunch of shortcode. They are not visual and was a little confusing. And now we were able to do all this without any shortcode. And then you are free to experiment and view all the other blocks. You can do a gallery. You can do a bunch of stuff. You can do a video. You can add a table. I really like the table because table always was a complicated stuff to do. You need to have a special plugin, and now instead you can just do a table like that. It's very cool. Table is cool, and when you have any element, you need to select it or select the full block, and here you have other option. You can have style, and here on the right part there are some styles. So you can experiment other blocks. Let's check on the side, because when you select a block, you have the option for the block, but there is always a document option, and these are the regular WordPress feature, like the permalink, the feature image, discussion, page attribute, and template, and then you can update. Sometimes the preview doesn't work. I have trouble with the preview before. We can try and see if it works. Alright, actually I think they update something, because the preview was much faster. Before was very slow. You can notice the width is still the same, but the width is controlled by the theme. I was just expanding our view from I'm lost, from the editing mode. The editing mode, it's large, but that is not the front. That's going to be the theme, depend on your theme. Okay, one thing that I really don't like of this new system is the way to upload a simple PDF. Let's say you have a brochure and you want to upload a simple PDF. Apparently, I didn't find any easy way. So you will think that you just select the text and you click the link, but the link is actually just a link. There is no way to upload a file to that. No, it used to be in the old WordPress, you select or you click add media. Now we don't. So one way is to add a new block for file, and then you upload your file, or you select from the media library, let's say this PDF, and now you have your link and a download button. Now you can see there is the copy URL. So you will think that if you copy the URL, you have the URL of the PDF. Instead, we don't. And you paste, you get this. You get a bunch of code. So what we need is just this. So if you are, if you can understand this, you need this URL. You copy this one, and now you can select there, click link, click all the URL to the PDF, click apply, and then maybe click here and click open a new window. So to make just a simple link to a PDF, it's a lot more complex. There is also maybe an easier way if you add the PDF to the media. So you need to switch page, you need to go to the media, you need to upload the file, then you can click the file, and here it will give you the URL. So maybe that's could be easier, but apparently, and now we are gonna select, let's say something here, click there, place our link, done. Okay. Apparently there is no other way. So anyway, as long if you don't have to add any PDF brochure, you should be fine. So that's all for this Gutenberg WordPress 5 little tutorial, and let me know if you have any question, and see you next time. Bye bye!